Hi, Paul Griffin here, MARTA's Director of Infectious Diseases, with my first COVID update for 2021. Well, since my last update just before Christmas, we've certainly seen a lot of changes happening with COVID, particularly here in the Greater Brisbane region. In terms of the impact on the MARTA itself, the two biggest changes we've seen is obviously the wearing of masks and our changes to visitor restrictions. And so I thought I'd take the opportunity today to answer a few questions. We've seen the use of masks evolve significantly over the course of this pandemic, and obviously right now here in Greater Brisbane, we're all required to wear masks indoors. Masks don't replace the other mitigation strategies, but are definitely complementary. So when you're wearing your mask, still keep up your hand hygiene and your social distancing, and also make sure that if you have any symptoms, that you get tested and isolate until you get those results. A lot of the masks we use were intended to actually be single use. But certainly if your mask gets soiled, damaged or too wet, make sure you throw it out and replace it. And cloth masks do need to be laundered relatively regularly. The main thing about taking off and putting on your mask is to do your hand hygiene before your hands come anywhere near your face to make sure that you keep yourself safe. We've certainly seen a lot of changes in the last few weeks, and it's very likely the situation will continue to change. What I'd encourage everyone to do is make sure they know where to access up-to-date information that impacts them. The other big news on the COVID front is to do with the vaccines and the fact that vaccines are getting close to being available in this country, which is really exciting. There's been lots of information in the past few days and weeks about the vaccines, how they work, how they work. The main thing I'd encourage everyone to consider is that if a vaccine is approved by our Therapeutic Goods Administration, our regulator, who's notorious for being one of the best in the world, we can be very confident the vaccine is the right thing to do for everybody. So please don't get discouraged by reports of adverse effects overseas or issues to do with how well it works. If it's approved here, it's definitely the right thing to do to go and get it. The other thing about vaccines is while we're seeing new strains emerge, and we will continue to do so, so far we haven't seen a strain that we think will impact on how well our vaccines work. So again, if the vaccines are approved, definitely make sure you go and get it as soon as you're eligible. It's great that Queensland is once again in a good position. Hopefully some of the restrictions we're under in Greater Brisbane will be relaxed soon, but it's really important to remind everyone to play their part to keep us all safe.